What are biomedical annotated corpora? If we look into this sentence, there are three words. Number one is biomedical, other one is annotated, and the third one is corpora. इस मॉड्यूल में हम ये देखेंगे कि कॉर्पोरा क्या होता है और एनोटेशन से मुराद क्या ली जाती है. बेसिकली whenever we talk about biomedical data, scientists or researchers or biologists are interested in 5 different things, which are: number one, understanding of underlying data. This underlying is a very subjective word because it depends on the user of the data, what he wants to achieve or attain from given data. Second thing is context information. Context information means कि आपका जो डाटा है उसका बैकग्राउंड नॉलेज क्या है, उससे प्रीवियस सेंटेंसेस क्या हैं या फ्यूचर सेंटेंसेस क्या होंगे और वो किस मकसद के लिए यूज किया जा रहा है. थर्ड वन इज बैकग्राउंड नॉलेज. दिस बैकग्राउंड नॉलेज इज अबाउट द यूजर, कि जो यूजर है उसका अपना बैकग्राउंड क्या है और वो कैसे बायोमेडिकल डाटा से रिलेटेड है. फोर्थ वन इज क्यूरेटेड डाटाबेसेस. नाउ क्यूरेटेड डाटाबेसेस आर दोज डाटाबेसेस which are gathered by the experts of that particular domain. Then there are different steps for generation of curated databases such as creation, management, maintaining, updation and retrieval of specific databases. Finally, biological data or the user's interest in biological data is literature extensive. So literature extensive means that there should be several publications related to that particular data. Moving on, what is the annotated corpora and what is its usage? So annotated corpora in biomedical domain, it can be related to some specific genes and their diseases and then curation of those diseases. For purposes or what is the usage of this biomedical annotated corpora? Basically there are two usage. Number one is for training. Training of what? Training of different staff and training of data based on given data. So that data would be used for prediction type things. And then the second advantage is of evaluation. So evaluation means that we want to use that particular data for evolving or for evaluating new systems which are based on given data. Who are the consumers of an annotated data? Most important consumers are linguistic type people. Linguistic type people means that who are from a common language. So for example, for biomedical people, language is biology, and for other languages such as Urdu and we have English type languages. So linguistic consumers are those consumers which are based on some specific language. Then we have abundance of tools for biomedical annotated corpus. So corpus generation is a tough task, and for that purpose in literature we have very huge number of tools which are available. And finally, gene set enrichment analysis. So using biomedical annotated tool, what we do, we put extra information with our genes information. So we have genes or DNAs and then we want to add extra information with these genes and DNA. So here I have given an example of a KaBOB, which is basically a platform where we have more than 20 databases at the one unique platform. And what happens is that this KaBOB platform, it gives a unique or constant view of all the databases which are part of this framework. So what are different parts of this framework? As we can see, starting from the top, number one, we have this gene ontology. As you remember that this gene ontology is part of OBO, which is Open Biomedical Ontologies. And this gene ontology is standard for presenting different ontologies related to some specific gene. Then we have UniProt. This UniProt is basically for proteins. Then we have NCBI. NCBI stands for National Center for Biological or Biomedical Information. Then we have this Reactome. So what is this Reactome? Reactome is basically free open source curated pathway database which deals with pathways, visualization, interpretation and analysis of different databases related to pathways. Similarly, we have different other databases such as MGI, which is related to mouse genomic information and so on. So what is happening over this slide is that we have different databases which are part of a same domain, KaBOB, and it can be uniquely accessed by using KaBOB platform. Text mining is a mechanism for finding and extracting useful information from a given data set. So in biology, what is the usefulness of text mining applications? We want to predict new information from given databases. So what I have shown in this slide is there are two parts. First part is this knowledge base. Basically, this knowledge base is information in the biomedical domain. That information can be at two levels. Number one level is different databases which are related to biological data. The other one is different ontologies, such as we previously mentioned, gene ontology, Go ontology, and different ontologies of biological domain. So both of these databases and ontologies are part of knowledge base, which comes to this part, knowledge base. And then based on this knowledge base, we develop different applications in biomedical area. Now, to make or to strengthen this knowledge base, what we are using, we want to use these text mining approaches. So these text mining approaches are basically NLP, natural language processing techniques, which is quite a state-of-the-art area in text processing. And then using these techniques, we want to extract information from biological data, and that information will help us to generate and create intelligent applications related to biomedical domain. So now, what are the problems and how they can be solved for biomedical annotated corpora? Number one, there are information deluge. Deluge or dilemma means that we don't have complete information related to biomedical data. For example, at the moment we have one human genome project, which is a very good source of information, but still there are a lot of information which is missing. Then link data to text to DBs and ontologies, that linkage between different text and DBs plus ontologies, it's missing or very shortened. So at the moment, quite a lot of work is being done to convert textual data into different databases, which might be relational, and into different ontologies. Then curator's dilemma. Curators means that we don't have domain experts related to biological domain. And finally, discovery of facts and events. Since data is low, so it's very hard to find out new facts and information from the given data sets related to biological domain.